Good evening, everyone. We are going to attempt to play the 1913 Napolo Joel Parker Brothers game that I picked up a couple weeks ago. Both my sons here with me, and we're working on names for our teams. Found some of the instructions online. Kind of hard to see that, but it's like the old PDF. It's a PDF version of the original instructions. So supposedly, what you do is, so pull the card out here in front of you. So the first player picks out the card, and he starts out with the first action. And so his first, on this one here, the first player would be, their first batter would be out at first. And then their second action is going to be the corresponding number on the right. And then you'll start a new pile with each one. So the second one is a fly out, and it's a one again. And then the next batter has a 2-base hit, and he goes, now on the next card he picks, he goes for number 3. So then on that one, the next batter flies out, so that's 3 outs. But of course on this action here, because there's 2 outs, the inning's over. If there were only 1 out or no outs, the runner would reach third on a sacrifice fly. And it corresponds with each one and goes on through the whole thing. So like I said, we're going to attempt to play this here. I'm trying to keep it in camera so you can see everything. Let me give the cards a good shuffle so that you can know we shuffled them in there.
Wait, are they getting to see which ones?
Well, they can kind of see it because I'm shuffling them.
Why do they get to see?
Yeah. So there we go. So we have my eldest son Elijah.
Hello.
And he is going to be the Yankees.
Wait, I get to announce a team.
I'm sorry. My youngest son, Max, is going to announce the teams for us.
Okay, so Elijah's the Yankees, and my dad is the Spiders, and also,
What team are you?
was it?
The Steelers?
Yeah, the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
But I made them a baseball team.
Okay.
I made them a baseball team.
And if you saw the other video, this did not come with any of the original, like the 2 game pieces, but I don't believe they're original. So we're going to use high-tech Lego pieces as our game pieces.
High-tech?
High-tech. We are high-tech here on our channel.
Those are not high-tech.
All right, so I'm going to let Elijah go first. We're just going to play 3-inning games to start with. And so,
I don't know a lot of baseball, so you'll probably have to help.
No, you're fine. Just like I said, you're going to pick up the card and you're going to read the instruction
It's
on the
3-base hit.
So you're going to take your first batter and put him on third base.
Then it's 4 after that.
Yeah, and that's 4. So then you set that down into a pile.
And then the 4th one is out on strikes.
So that batter was out. So now you have 1 out. And leave it. Yeah. Oh, you could stack them up like that. Yeah. Go ahead and
So that's
eventually. Yeah. So you have 1 out with the man on third.
And on that one, I take the 4th one again. So this one's a fly out, runner still on third.
So okay.
What in the world is happening?
So we're playing the game. So he's got 1 out.
And then
Runner on third.
1-base hit.
So you have a 1-base hit. So your next player goes to first, and this player would have scored.
All right.
So we'll leave that there. And so Elijah has
1-0.
1-0. Go ahead, keep going. But you have 1 out.
Yep. Take the second one, and it is a foul out.
So now you have 2 outs.
I thought I had 3.
Nope, just the 2. You had the.
Oh yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
So then for that one, I take the second one again, 3-base hit.
So 3-base hit. So grab your next player. This guy comes around to score.
All right. This guy goes to third.
And there's the third. Now you have 2 runs.
All right. And for that,
And
I
then-
take
2-0.
Yep.
Nice.
4. 4 is a 2-base hit.
And okay, so take your next guy. This one
Put
scores.
on second.
And you have a guy on second.
Elijah is a baseball machine.
And then the third one out on strikes.
So
That's
you're out on
3
straight.
outs.
That's 3 outs. So Elijah is up in the top of
Bobbins?
the, going into the bottom of the first, 3-0. So with those, once you're done with each half inning, you're supposed to keep these to the side, and keep pulling from the deck until you go through the cards.
Dad, you almost said Bobbins.
Bobbins. All right. So my first one is a 1-base hit. We may have to raise this up a little bit to stay in camera here. I apologize. So my first player will go on to first. Try to adjust the camera a little bit there. That might be a little too low. Hold on, we're going to pause here and readjust the camera. All right, and we're back adjusted. Like I said, I don't have a lot of fancy stuff here, so we just kind of...
$4,000.
This is $4,000.
Wait, I think it was
So my second action is a 1 base hit and goes to number 2. So this batter gets a 1 base hit. So now I have runners on first and second. 1 base hit. And my next action is number 6. Fly out, sacrifice fly. Runners safe at second and third. So I have 1 out, runners on second and third. And it's pretty interesting how it correlates. Like it automatically knows, that it's very interesting and intriguing for the time. So that's 1 out, right? I have 1 out, correct? Yes, I have 1 out. Elijah, you're in charge of keeping outs. All right. So my next action is number 7. 2 base hit, both runners score. So woohoo! 1 time for me. Woohoo! 2 for me. And I have a man on second. It makes the score 3-2. And what was my...
Wait, you're beating Elijah?
7. I'm going to go to 7. Fly out, runner out at plate, safe at third. So this would be a dual action. If you had a runner on third, then the runner would be out. But if you have a runner on second, which I do, the runner goes to third. So now I have 2 outs with the runner on third. And my next action is number 4. A 1 base hit. It does not actually state what, if the runner scores or not. So I'm just going to guess that the runner scores on that and give myself another score.
Wait, wouldn't that be cheating?
No, I mean, it doesn't indicate in it. So,
so
we kind of just go with there. Number 2 is my next action. And out on strikes. So now I have 3 outs. I got 3 runs. That was 3. That was my third out. Yeah, I was an out when we started doing that. So now we go into the top of the second.
All right. First one is out at first.
So Elijah has 1 out.
Really productive.
What was your number?
1.
Okay.
So it's then a fly out.
2 outs.
Also 1.
So the ball flied?
Yep.
And out at first again.
So Elijah got a 0 for the bottom of the second. The top of the second. All right, back to my turn. My first one is out at first. So 1 out for me. Boy, that first inning was a lot of activity, and now we're not getting much activity. These were a little stuck together. It took me a while to count them because of that fly out. 2 outs for myself. And the next one is fly out. Alrighty. That's the end of my half inning. We go into the top of the third now.
For some reason, this is interesting.
I'm surprised. Like I said, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting for the time.
We were talking, at this era.
3 base hit.
So you have a man on third now.
Yep.
How interesting this was that somebody that was a Civil War veteran
an out sacrifice fly, so the runner scores.
The runner scores, so you get a point.
And then out sacrifice, so that means I don't have anybody on first.
You don't have anybody on first, and that's 1 out.
1 out. Next one after that is 1, so a 1 base hit.
So now you have a runner on first.
Yeah. Go to number 2. And that's batter out at first, runner to second.
Okay.
Dad, why were you looking at the camera?
I was just looking at time and make sure we're still on camera good.
And that one sends me to 3. 3 is base on balls.
Okay, so that's for a walk. So now you have a runner on first and second.
Okay.
Still 2 outs.
This does not feel like your normal
And then for that
videos.
I go to number 5.
No.
You normally...
Out at third.
Out at third.
Safe at first and second.
Okay, so that would be like what's called a fielder's choice, but you had 2 outs. So they got the force out at third, and your inning's over.
All right.
But you did score a run, so now it is going into the bottom of the third. It is 4 for the Yankees and 3 for the Spiders.
But Dad, I thought you were ahead of Elijah, but now you
No,
aren't.
it was all tied. Now I have to score a run to tie him up and 1 to win. 2 to win. 1 base hit. So, man on first. My second action, this one's the number 2. Out on strikes. Number 2 again. 1 out. Runner steals second.
That moved the board.
I know. I gave a little sound effect, too. So my next action is card number 3. Home run! And guess what that does? Because we're only playing 3 innings, and that was the bottom of the 3rd. That ends the game. I just won the game.
Nice.
A walk-off home run. 5 to 4.
But don't worry. Max's turn.
Now we're going to pause the video and get reset up again for Max's turn. Be right back, guys.